All right, guys, we are back in this beautiful area that we found ourselves in. And welcome back to day 3 of this amazing week. Now, yesterday you realized that you're the observer. Well, you should already know that, but you're more in touch with the observer as the original state without any stories or anything like that, which I actually want to add on to that from previous video before we move on. This is really important because this can help a lot of trauma and help a lot of limiting beliefs that you may find yourself in your head. Understand that these things are stories, technically. And I don't mean to be unempathetic, but it leads us to today's topic where we're talking about everything is objective. So what do I mean by this? What I mean by this is you have a limiting belief, right? For example, like let's say you feel insecure. So your mind says, I'm insecure, whatever it is, which by the way is a very powerful statement. So when you say that in your head, which by the way, honestly, me saying that hurt. When you guys are present, that's how it feels. The I am statements are so powerful. So be very conscious when you say, I'm sick or all those things. That's not what you want. So let's take a step back. I am powerful. I am confident. I am. And you feel that, right? You feel that energy shift. Do that on your end too when you find yourself slipping. Now, we're talking about these stories and things in your heads. So when it comes to these things, guys, understand that there's always an observation of them happening. So you have that limiting belief pop up. I'm insecure, whatever it is. Notice that all you have to do is not tackle the insecurity, not tackle the limiting belief, but simply tackle the I am presence. So you have this limiting belief, be like, who is aware of this limiting belief? That's really the practice that we're doing now. And this practice is like, that's why this practice is so powerful because it circumvents all reprogramming stuff, which takes a long time. So this really should free you from a lot of attachment to trauma. You're always aware of your memories as well, right? So tap into that. Now, today we're actually going deeper into this topic, which is everything is objective. So this is really powerful. And what's so cool is this could trigger a lot of people, which is good. Because the main thing, guys, is we're trying to help. And this can liberate you. But what's interesting is sometimes not in this program. Everyone in this program is really open, but on the reels that we post, sometimes there's like people who are like, you're being unempathetic towards people with anxiety. And I'm like, as somebody, like I literally couldn't leave my house because I was anxious. Believe me, this practice can help all those people as well. But the whole thing is they have to be open to it. So this practice helps you understand that everything around you is objective. This is referring to what we're talking about, that everything just is. Everything just is, right? And as such, there's no good, there's no bad, there's no problems. So what creates those problems and those labels and makes things subjective? It's the mind. It's funny, you're going to see a huge ad over here. So all these ads are going to be in the course for a long time. So look at this. Look at this investment that they made. That's probably very good. You're going to see this soon. So the mind is creating subjectivity in your life, and the mind is creating these labels and creating these filters that's filtering everything around you. Look at that. That's funny. Capitalism, baby, Miami. So the whole thing is what we want to do is we want to liberate you from the subjectivity of your mind. The subjectivity of your mind is creating all of your suffering, saying, woe is me, all of my problems, all this. When in meditation, what we realize, we tap into ourselves, we're like, wait. There are no problems. Everything just is. And then you melt into presence and you melt into reality and you melt into truth and love. So what we're going to do today is a short guidance just to show you, obviously. You know the drill. You do it in your own silent practice and during your day. So go ahead and close the eyes. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Out through the mouth. Relax the body, relax the mind. Notice your observation as unconditional loving awareness, right? We've done that. You understand that. You feel that. You feel the essence, you feel the love emanating from all around you, right? This observation is objective. In order for things to be unconditional, they have to be objective. Subjectivity is subject to change. And subjectivity can only exist within the mind, period. If you had no mind right now, you would be enlightened, but you also wouldn't be alive. So, consciousness does not arise within the brain. That is my declaration, my conviction, and a lot of Indian sages would agree. However, we're not denying the fact that your brain is necessary for consciousness, right? Just like your heart is as well. So notice that this tool is just very intimate to you. It's literally inside of your skull that knows everything about you, and it uses itself to protect you. And sometimes it could hurt itself and you in the process, and that is why we're on the spiritual path, because we're awakening from this. So notice the subjectivity of your mind. I like that. I don't like that. Yes and no, all this stuff. It's all in your head. And when you are around it, when you understand your true nature and you understand that you're not the head, everything just is. So this is this identification from the mind, from the labeling mind of what is happening. So what happens is you're in the original state of your observation. The mind is doing what it does, but it doesn't matter because you're remaining in this observation state. When you're remaining in this observation state, you are objective and everything is objective. Now, that doesn't mean that you're not empathetic. Like, let's say like you lose a loved one, God forbid. We all do that sometimes, right? I mean, it's inevitable. Let's be real. So let's say you lose a loved one. The mind, you have these emotions. It's not, you're not cutting your off from emotions, but notice that you are observing these emotions. You are observing them flow out of you. And that's neither good nor bad. It's sad, but that's neither good nor bad. And remember, sad is also just a label that we provide this emotion. It just is. It just is. You have to understand that we're getting down to like the nitty gritty, the true essence of who you are, which is the whole point of this week. And as such, the mind has to go. So you let everything flow, including emotions, including observations. And what you're left with is your true objective understanding of the world, which is just present. So you observe your mind reacting and you observe your emotions flowing. We don't want to stop any of these things or cut ourselves off from other people, or that's extreme. That's not what we're doing here. That doesn't even make sense. What we're doing is we're removing suffering from ourselves during these moments, and it's possible not to even suffer during these moments. I know that sounds crazy, but I promise. You are in pain. You are in pain. I understand that. But the suffering can only happen in your head. Feel the pain with your loved ones, feel the pain with your family, but it's objective in the reality sense. It's interesting too, because I know the mind, even my mind right now is like, oh, that could sound weird. I'm observing that occurring. You see that? We all understand what I'm talking about. We all understand the loving intention behind this and the loving reality behind this, that this frees you. Not only can this free you, but this literally frees you from the subjective identification and the duality of life, the up and down, good, bad, good, bad. And what you're left with is pure observation and pure love. As a leader, especially for the men, this is very powerful because this is essentially Stoicism in action. It's interesting how the Stoics never talked about this, at least from my knowledge, because this is like literally Stoicism in a nutshell. perhaps we should do something else like conscious stoicism, because what's more stoic than understanding that you're not in the duality of life and you're remaining anchored in I am presence, right? Marcus Aurelius, baby, we love you. So this is your confidence and this is your power, especially for the men, of walking with God. You don't have to fear anymore. You know you don't die. You know nothing can hurt you, nothing can affect you. You're always the observer. What's up? Right? What's up? And not in an arrogant way. That's the most beautiful part about this, is not in an arrogant way. Is like, look how this is. And this is how all of us be when we're in this practice. You can tell when people have been meditating. They're just like this. You look at Jesus, you look at the saints, their arms are always open. Because they have nothing to hide, right? You have nothing to hide in this practice because you're connected with yourself and who you are. So understand, nothing is subjective. Nothing is good or bad. And everything just is. And understanding that, you realize the truth of yourself and your life. And you're able to move through it in a stoic, not dissociated way, but a powerful way. And actually a more integrated way, because you're more connected to yourself and your life. I love you. My assignment for you for today and the rest of the week is to notice this truth. You can open up your eyes right now and just look around, be like, everything just is. I am observing everything right now, and it just is. The mind may say, this is good, this is bad. You're observing that as well. This is true freedom, guys. I love you so much. Enjoy this love and this peace, and I'll see you tomorrow.